Hi, I'm Bryan.
And I'm Jordan.
And we are the Wiseman Tea Company. Today we're here at DePaul University's Lincoln Park campus at the Bean Cafe.
Alright, so the reason we came to this cafe today is because this is really where it all started. This is where we had that aha moment. We were standing around, we were having our daily tea, and we looked around us and there was nobody, none of our peers were drinking tea. And we asked the barista a question about the green tea that we were drinking, and she didn't really know a whole lot about it. But we asked about the coffee, and she knew about the origin, the destination, the tasting notes, and there was very little that she could tell us about the tea. Do you notice a difference with your customer base as
the customers love the tea. Everyone's always asking for it in bulk. They're always asking me where do they get the tea, and I'm like, oh, it's a couple of entrepreneur DePaul students. The training was great. You guys really explained everything really well to us, and the atmosphere was really great.
I'm Andy Atkinson. I own Dark Cloud Coffee in Chicago on Halsted Street. We have been brewing Wiseman tea since we've been open. So I've been brewing Wiseman tea since pretty early on in its existence. And Wiseman tea first came in and brought a cupping set with. It blew me away. As a manager of the shop at the time and as a new owner now, I've never seen that before. Previously we had only seen people come in with bags of tea. You know, just, oh, hey, brew this when you have the time. But to have people who are just as passionate about tea as we are about coffee, just as passionate about the quality, and understand the teas in the way that we understand coffees, really changed my mind on how I could sell the tea. And what it did is it allowed me to understand, okay, here's a quality flavor. What gave it that? Where did it come from? How was it processed? And being able to have my employees share that with customers really changes the game on the specialty teas in our shop. Before, we could never really do that.
Alright, so right now you see all the tea is weighed. For the white teas, you want to use a cooler water temperature than you would for a normal tea because it is so fragile. White tea was generally reserved for the royalty of China, and it's grown at elevations of excess of 10,000 feet. And right now, Andy's just testing the water to see if it's the right temperature. It should be about 180 degrees. Putting it into the pot. And you'll see as it starts to infuse, the leaves actually begin to unravel. And that's because when they're processed, they're actually slightly rolled after they begin to oxidize and they're sitting in the sun. He's putting it in there for 3 minutes, which, as I said, is a much shorter time than most teas. So right now it's fully infused and Andy is pouring the tea, and you can see that it's very, very light. The Parmesan is a very, very, very light infusion, and you can see that the leaves have really opened up. They started off kind of dark brown, grayish color, and now you can see they've really released all of their nectar.
It's a fantastic cup of our Parmesan white tea.
Once we switched over to Wiseman, I mean, that really kind of opened my eyes a lot on quality teas. And when we switched over, we actually started to hear feedback on the tea, which is something that we hadn't heard before. It's been able to increase our tea sales not only by the cup, you know, allowing us to charge a little bit of a premium over it, you know, because of just how higher of a quality the tea is, but it's also increased our, what we would consider a whole bean sale in coffee. It's increased, I guess, our whole leaf sale. Our, you know, being able to sell tins of tea has kind of opened a whole new market for us.
Once again, I am Bryan.
And I'm Jordan.
And we are here to remind you to please follow up and find more information on Wiseman Tea at facebook.com/Wiseman Tea, twitter.com/Wiseman Tea, and wisemantea.com.
Thank you for steeping so much with us judges today, and life's too short to drink bad tea.